Hi, historical mystery fans. It's Sarah Altair with background on the Argolicus mysteries, and today I wanted to talk about the Peach Widow. This was the second Argolicus mystery that I wrote, and it was quite a discovery trip. As usual, I had lots of research to do, and one of the first things was just getting more background on what was going on in the southern bottom of the boot tip of Italy and the importance of produce to feed the rest of Italy. And this story takes place on a small farm that is harvesting peaches to go north to Rome and Ravenna. And a small farm is nothing like Roman villas out in the country. Villa Rustica was a small building, very, very small. And when Argolicus goes to visit the family at his mother's request, he enters their very small farmhouse, and of course there are outbuildings with barns and storage for the various produce. So this is something outside his normal realm of Roman patricians and the Senate, and this is soon after he moves back to southern Italy. And his mom has asked him to go and visit a widow that she meets at the marketplace um, because her husband has died, and the man's two sons by a previous marriage want to kick her out. But when Argolicus arrives, he says there's really nothing he can do because the inheritance law of the time says the farm and all the lands go to the sons, and she is out of luck. This, of course, makes the sons very happy that he is supporting their position. Um, but one of the things that happened is that I got a whole new revelation about what Argolicus' role was in these mysteries, and that was that murder was not a crime under the law, and it was up to each family to come up with a solution once the murderer was discovered. And a poor family like this farm family, there really wasn't much they could do because they just didn't have the money to go to file a suit and do all that sort of thing. But this certainly opened up for me a whole new possibility of what Argolicus needed to figure out at the end of each of these stories. It wasn't just discovering who the murderer was. It was now what, because depending on the family's situation, there was going to be a big difference in what could happen. So all the subsequent novels have to deal with this. So this was a huge discovery for me, and I found myself writing murder mysteries at a time when murder was not a crime. So it was a whole new challenge for me. I really love this story. I love this story. I researched various natural poisons and came up with oleander, which grows naturally and in the area and looks very innocuous, with these lovely pink flowers and and he the way that Argolicus starts even thinking about poison is that the big farm dog in the story that belongs to one of the sons starts chewing on a stick of oleander, and he gets sick. He gets all the symptoms. The symptoms imitate what happened to the husband in the story, and so of course that gets Argalika's mind ticking away on what really happened. It wasn't a heart attack. And all of a sudden he's looking at a murder instead of just the widow's inheritance problem. But one of the stories I wanted to tell you was that at this time that I was writing, I was in a writing group, and my original plan was that the farm dog was going to die. The farm dog was going to die just the way the husband had died in the story. And everybody in my writing group just was up in arms. No, 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 save pup, save pup. And so the story changed as I was writing, and I'm happy to tell you that Pup lives to the end. I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't read The Peach Widow, but so Pup is going to pop up in subsequent stories that happen after this time in July. And thank you for being here. I love writing the Argalika's mysteries, and I certainly encourage you to read them all. It's an amazing time when Theodoric was king of Italy, after the Roman Empire, before the Middle Ages, a very brief period in time, and a very interesting time in Italian history. And I'd like to encourage you to support the writing project on Patreon. It supports my writing time. It supports software subscriptions. I write everything in Ulysses. It supports video editing for videos like this. So thanks again, and I hope you will read the Argalika's mysteries, and don't forget to leave a review once you've read the mysteries. Reviews help independent authors. All right. Thanks again.